singeth unto me songs of Mother Goddess and the Father in the tree.
Hello, my lovelies. This is Paisley Wild, and we are off adventuring into the spaces between. And we're being broadcast live tonight, of course, on Truth Frequency Radio, iHeart Radio, TuneIn, and TalkStream Live. And I hope you are all having just a lovely, happy Friday the 13th, because that's what it is. And I see all sorts of people showing up in chat already. Holy cow, look at y'all. Look at how you go. So I see Bam and Hilarious, Adrienne's, Lawrence, Ruthie, Gemini, Bill 13, and Flat Soda in TFR and in YouTube World. Y'all are just going already. Holy cow. Black Tree, Naysay, Ethan, Pam, Lewis, Titan, and Don. Ether Archives in his house. So yes, happy Friday the 13th. I hope y'all are doing great. I already said that, but I mean it. And Julia, you're funny. No matter how you are hearing me, make sure you do stop in and say hello. Either leave a message or a comment or something. And if you are on YouTube, make sure you hit the thumbs up. And I just want to thank you guys for joining me here on my journey, because that's what this is. And yeah, I'm glad that you keep coming back. It's crazy, actually, that you keep coming back, but I appreciate it all the same. And if you do want to support the show, please do so at etsy.com/shop/Monarch Mountain Studio, and Mountain is MTN. Or you can go to the Patreon site. That's patreon.com/the spaces between. Call line is open. And if you want to share your thoughts or opinions tonight, which you are more than welcome to do so, that number is 213-233-3998. Or if you're across the pond in the UK, it is 44-203-393-2871. Oh, yes. So, yeah, Minnie Paisley is sick again, of course, because she goes to school in a petri dish, and kids have colds everywhere. But actually, I think it was hanging with the grandkids. I have a snot-nosed grandson who I think was just a little too snotty, too close to Mini-Me. And, yeah, she's pretty sure it's just strep throat, but we'll probably take her into urgent care tomorrow, because you know what? She sounds hilarious as she's losing her voice. It is the funniest doggone thing, and I may have to record it and make a ringtone out of it. It's hilarious. So, yes, I am doing much better. Thank you for all your well wishes. Surgery went fine. I am on the mend and healing and everything. I even got to wear jeans yesterday and today, and the buttons didn't bother me. So I'm kind of pleased about that. So, yeah. So, yeah, pretty cool. And then, yeah, it seems like Mini-Me has been sick quite often this year. First part of the year, she got sick because a little boy was blowing in her face because, yeah. She's in kindergarten. I'm not ready for that. And for now, it's just she's been home and recuperating and doing her own thing, and which is good. It is good. And with all the panic around, I'm kind of glad that she's home, actually. So, yes, I had surgery, Cameron. I had my gallbladder out.
The gall of it all.
Oh, you're not even on.
Just the gall of it all.
Oh, look at that. The Longbeard's here.
Ah!
Oh, and wow, you could use some light on that camera.
Oh, I didn't know you had the camera going.
Yeah, I got the camera going.
Hi.
You are a shadow of your normal self.
I do see that. Yeah, that's nice.
What do you mean that's nice? I'm going to find it. Nope.
Why do you keep wanting to throw stuff at me?
I'm not going to throw something at you. Watch this. Watch this. This will be funny.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Don't you dare do something.
Spotlight.
Oh, Jesus. Hold on. Let me see.
Spotlight.
I don't see anything yet.
Yeah, you're blinded.
Yeah, that's true. Well, hi.
Hi.
If it's working. Did it show up?
Yeah, it did show up.
Oh, goodness. You blinded your own camera.
Yep.
I don't see anything
That's
on
okay.
YouTube. Anyhow,
Yeah.
I win.
Yeah, there's a strong bearded presence lurking in the shadows of the studio.
The best place.
Yes. That's funny. You are lurking. Anyways, so Yeah, tonight, um, there's no power to that. Anyways, tonight I wanted to talk about fear. Real quick though, Titan wants to know if there's different properties with the waxing and waning moon. So, yes, there is a bit. So, often we do workings or castings when we are trying to get rid of energy or things. When we get rid of things, that's having the when the moon is waning is a good time for that. For building things up or drawing more stuff into your world that is of benefit to you, or trying to draw things to you in general, that's when a waxing moon is a good thing. So yeah. It kind of depends upon what you're trying to do. So just that's really general, but yeah, that's what it is. So, um, fear, yeah, fear. 'Cause I don't know if you guys watch the news at all. Oh, let me turn the OMGs on. There we go. OMG in the shadows. Yeah, the news. The news has kind of been weird. So, and not weird like, oh my gosh, it's just crazy, but weird. Let's transition there. All right, hold on, guys. I know what I didn't do. Yeah. So, yes, audio went away because I forgot to do
Just switch back to
this.
that
I
other
did.
scene. Okay, there you go.
Yep, there I am. And I hope y'all can hear me now. So, the dominant emotions are things like anger, joy, sadness. Oh, I said another one. What else was there? Sorrow, and fear are all really major emotions. So, um, if you are doing a casting or working or ritual based upon those emotions are going to charge what you're doing differently, which is part of the reason why I say focus your intention, do some inner searching, meditate on it, make sure you're doing the right thing for the right reason and not just because you're frustrated or upset or in the moment. Because a lot of knee-jerk type rituals and such have a backfire, if you will.
Right.
And I don't know about you, but I've been in a car that backfires and it's not a good time. And it's frustrating. So, yeah, it's the media is really taking advantage of the ability to scare people, and I think there's a lot of fear out there. And it's frustrating because, by golly, there shouldn't be that much fear. There shouldn't be that much opportunity for fear. And right now it's just blown out of proportion. If anything, fear is the virus that we're running with, not another part of, a flu or pneumonia or whatever. Coronavirus for humans has been around for a while. This is just a new strain. And not to downplay it, because I know it is a big deal, and I know people are dying from it, and people are really, really sick. But fear in and of itself actually reduces your body's
Right.
ability to respond
Right.
to
Yes.
illness.
Yes.
And so, right now, I mean, and the flip side of that, happiness helps your immune system.
Right.
And so as people are out there just panicking in the Walmart aisles, because that's what they're doing, they're panicking in the Walmart aisles, and it's insane. Oh my gosh, it's insane. That fear is lowering their defenses. Now, a lot of them are rather going into public places where they shouldn't be, because the bug is probably already there, so they're probably already getting sick, because I don't know if you've ever been to Walmart,
Oh my God.
but they're not the neatest of people.
we had a friend that went to Walmart earlier today, and she said that the people were so. They actually had more than 2 check lanes open. She said that they had all of them open, and she said that the people were talking so much about it, and the people that were talking about it, not to mean to come off judgmental, but they were people that you wouldn't typical Walmartians is what she basically said, to be as best as possible. And the stereotypical Walmartian, the people of Walmart type, kind of thing. And it's like they want to buy into this fear mongering because it's the only thing they have going in their life. She said that we don't have any confirmed cases of this virus in Idaho as of yet. And
We do have one.
we do have one. When
Yeah.
did that happen?
5 o'clock today, it was confirmed by the governor that this person is in Ada County down in southern Idaho.
So far away. So far away.
Spokane's
Anyhow.
closer.
Yeah, Spokane is closer. Okay, so we have one that was confirmed today, just a few hours ago. Okay, big deal. Now, but they said, oh yeah, this place is closed down and that place is closed down and this, that, and the other thing, and they're just buying this mass media hysteria, and look at the condition of people in general, just their general health overall of everybody. We're all worried about getting up for work. We're stressed out about going to work. We're stressed out because we have to get home. We have to do X, Y, and Z, and then we have to have A, B, and C done, of course, before X, Y, and Z. So, as you said, it's lowering our natural rhythm. It lowers our vibration. It brings us down, and it makes us susceptible to everything.
Well, and I also feel that what you look for
Is what you find?
is what you find. So if you're looking for joy and happiness, by golly, that's what you're going to find. If all you're looking for is rain clouds and anger and negativity, by golly, that's exactly what you're going to find. So if all you're looking for is illness,
Yeah.
hey, guess what? You're going to be sick. That's
Mhm.
why, okay, hypochondriacs
Oh, God.
are often sick. Seriously, partly because they are looking to be ill. So
That's their thing.
they're looking for something, and they can flip the switch from being sick to or thinking they're sick to actually sick, but it's hard to tell because they've already cried wolf so many times.
Right.
But
I wonder how much of that is Munchausen syndrome.
I know exactly.
Blowback from. So.
Yeah, there's got to be some of it is Munchausen, seriously. So I don't know. I really think the fear is really unfortunate because, I mean, it just is. It drives people to do crazy things. So one person who is afraid will often stay home and mind their own
Mm-hmm.
business. They won't do things that are out of proportion or to be scary or anything like that. Two people, they'll talk about it, but often, unless one is a really major type A personality, two people will talk about it and they'll be like, it's okay, it's not going to happen, and but what if, and three people start talking about it and they're like, I don't know, maybe we should go stock up on some stuff. And the more people you have in a group talking about something like this, that fear isn't just fear times 2, fear times 3. It's like fear times 1,000,
Right.
fear times 2,000. And it's like categories of hurricane. And so suddenly, when you have millions of people seeing the same thing, and that fear is building, it's not one person times 1,000, it's one person times 1,000,000,000. And so all of this fear is being sucked in, and suddenly you go from being an individual to being a crowd or a mob. A mob mentality
Oh my God.
is an entirely different thing completely, because they lose track of reality and what is true.
Right.
And that same mob mentality has been responsible for some pretty major changes in the world, societal changes. I mean, there's the French Revolution. Now, granted,
Well.
the French Revolution's the only war they can win.
Yeah.
But that being said, mobs, they take over things.
Well, in modern times, look at Arab Spring back in 2011, 2010, 2011, 2011. Look at Arab Spring. Look at even if you just want to go to a minor one, look at what happened in L.A. during the OJ trial. The whole
the rioting and such.
Yeah, I forgot his name. Rodney King. The whole Rodney King thing and the Dennis, what's his name? I'll probably remember it in 5 minutes. But, just even on a small scale, it creates such
Disruption.
disharmony. It creates such, sickness and herd mentality. This is exactly what herd mentality is. It's when people become so afraid or so immune to something, that once again it lowers that vibration, but herd mentality lowers everybody's vibration. That's like just on a small scale. Brent was sick. He didn't know what was wrong with him when we had that super blue blood moon. I think it was like 2018, January of 2018, and I was affected by it. Now I don't know if that's because I was just picking up his energy or whatnot, but that's what happens when you succumb to these kind of urges.
Hey, real quick, and Naysay's on the line, so I'm gonna see if I can do this without hanging up.
Hey, Naysay.
Good evening, Naysay. Happy Friday the 13th.
Sorry, I just heard Donnie.
Yeah, Mr.
Hi, guys.
Mr.
Yeah,
Longbeard has
Mr.
been
Sorry.
dipping into the wine, it looks like.
No. Anyhow, go ahead, Naysay.
Yeah,
Love
good
you.
for him. Oh, I love you too also. And I apologize. It is never, ever, ever in my intentions to bring any other entity into a state of negativity. Not at all, ever. Why would, unfortunately there are entities that, they get off on pushing people into negativity. However, as a realist and coming from the teachings of my ancestors, preparing will never, ever let you down.
Right.
Truth.
Right.
It's that simple. It's that simple. And it's unfortunate that in today's society that the rat race is so complicated and so overabundant with distractions and stimuli that we don't get the opportunities to prepare. Who has enough money to have 3 months of supplies on hand?
It's
Do
hard.
you know anybody who has that kind of finances?
Yes, but we don't talk to them anymore.
Well, I do know. No, I do know some people that have that kind of a
Resource?
Resource. And it's not because they went out and bought, hey, I'm going to go buy 3 months of food right now. It's often the slow build up over time.
Right, I forgot about that one guy.
There's been more than one guy, and
Yeah.
but yeah, the slow buildup over time. You know, when you go grocery shopping, you might need
You buy an
six
extra
cans
toothbrush.
of green beans. Well, if you buy 8, you just put 2 away.
Right.
You know, and
Extra tube of toothpaste.
Exactly.
Yeah.
extra toilet paper.
Spending a lot of time with my grandparents who lived through World War II. They had a very well-stocked pantry.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And it's unfortunately that we have lost that thought of being prepared, because we've got so cushy and comfortable in today's society where when anything happens, we can just jump to the store or jump on Amazon and bing, bang, boom, next thing you know, it's being delivered to the home. And then something like this happens, and I still am on the fence of if this is a real thing or a fake thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm still on the fence for that. But the fact that is true, the fear is working, as you are stating.
Oh yeah.
It is working. And how do we find the right attitude to face that fear? Because you're absolutely correct. When you get into a state of fear, when you get into a state of negativity, it hinders your immune system, an incredible, complex organism that we are. Our immune systems are wonderful. And if we utilize poor judgment, additives, preservatives, pesticides, herbicides, stress, we know what to do. You know, we were kids. They say you are what you eat. Yet I am a hypocrite. I had my large caribou coffee with dark chocolate. I'm still consuming sugar.
Yeah.
You know, but on my 5th day of fasting, I needed a little bit of comfort food with what is going on today.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes you do. You know, I know that, like, we have become, as a society, very, at least here in the U.S., instant gratification. And so, in a way, the fear itself is a fear of that loss of instant gratification, because, oh no, everybody's going to be sick, so they're going to close the store, so I got to get my stuff. Or, oh no, my coffee shop's not going to be there because they're going to close because my people are going to be sick. And it's that fear then is what's driving them to do these things. So, yes, there are things to fight the fear, but it's hard. I mean, look at the Salem witch trials. Those were based in fear. And
Yes.
it took a little bit for them to get past that fear and to literally burn it out of their systems, unfortunately. So there's, in our society today, I don't think we're going to have that same kind of fear level like that. But at the same time, you know, that mob mentality, they will go through and loot and burn things, and they don't care who they hurt. And it's frustrating.
Well, that's where I joke about the zombie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm agreeing with you.
That's where I joke about the zombie apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
Because what I think the zombie apocalypse is the zombies are those that did not prepare. Because if it does get worse, there's gonna be those that have and those that don't. And when your child is starving for food, you are willing to do anything for your child. And
Yes.
this is the sad fact that we are no longer a community. You know, we're no longer a community. How many people know their neighbors? I remember growing up in a time frame when we knew everybody on the block.
Right.
And now I only know 3-4 people on my block.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's really, really getting frustrating when everybody's giving me all of this attention when all I'm doing is coughing because I may or may not have consumed too much cannabis.
Yes.
My sister actually has pneumonia, and she's got compromised lungs anyways, just asthma and hay fever and all that stuff. And she had to go to the grocery store this week. And when she went to the grocery store, she type of person, she goes, I have pneumonia. This is for your protection.
Mhm.
And they're like, oh, we're sorry, you know. And once they were confronted, it was different. So, but anyways,
Break time.
yeah, Naysay, we're at break. Did you have anything else, or
Nope. And just find the giggles when you can. I love you all.
Love you
and
too,
Colloidal
Naysay.
Silver.
Colloidal silver, exactly. All
Thanks.
right.
All right, we'll see you guys in just a
Love
couple
you,
minutes.
Donnie, 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 Donnie.
Gotta love Naysay.
Thanks, Naysay.
As we will so Sisters of the shining moon, heaven, earth, and sea, I call upon you in this hour, bring magic unto me. Brothers, oh, the cauldron cries, sing it unto me. Songs of Mother Goddess and the Father in the tree.
Hello, my lovelies. This is Paisley Wild, and we're adventuring off into the spaces between. So, I and Mr. Longbeard have spent most of the first part of the show. I mentioned you, yeah.
Hi, yeah, hi. Yeah,
Here,
I forgot I was here.
Yeah, sure, totally. I get it. You're ignoring me.
How can I ignore you? You're in my ears.
I'm gonna throw rocks at you.
Yeah.
Speaking of rocks.
Oh.
Speaking of rocks.
Finally, we get to the point of the whole conversation.
So we talked about fear, right? And, I don't... Oh, hold on. Auntie Bees is on the phone?
That's Julia.
Shut up. All right, hold on. Pause. Hello. This is Paisley Wild.
Hi, Julia.
Hi. I don't know. Okay, so it's weird that it comes up as Auntie Bees because on Jessica's phone, before she passed away, I was also Auntie Bee.
Yeah, well, when you call into the portal, that's how we know it's you. I wonder if it's
That's weird.
I wonder if it's whoever had the phone before you, the number before you.
Probably, but I called in to tell you what I think about this situation, and everybody wants to hear my zombie experience, and I have liquid courage to do it.
Oh.
Okay, so zombies. What's your zombie thing?
Well, with the coronavirus, I'm like, okay, it's there.
Mm-hmm.
We know it's there. And, like, to be aware of it, that's great. We're definitely all aware of it, and just acknowledge that it's there and understand that this is something that could happen. Has it happened yet? Not to me, but it's good to stock up and save, Anyways, whatever. Enough of that. Let's talk about zombies. So when I was at Job Corps, I was over in Cedar Woolley, and it was an old insane asylum, like a legit insane asylum.
Yep.
They had different places. Don can attest to this. Have you been there?
I'm from there.
Okay, so you know. So I had a dream. I went to bed, and I had this dream that I was looking out the second window, because the second story was the girls' dorm. And I was looking out the window, and all these zombies were coming at me, like in the horror movies, and it was legit terrifying. Now, I don't have zombie dreams. They don't scare me, but this one, you'll see why. So I had this dream that zombies were coming, and, I was panicking and running around. And then I woke up, and I'm like, oh, man, that was a damn weird dream, So I'm like, okay, that was weird. Don't know where that came from. And so I get up, and I put my feet on the floor, and I start getting dressed. And this is like a dormitory situation where you got bunk beds and, whatever. And the power goes out. And the alarm comes on. And it's one of those old school, woo, woo, and I legit just about crap myself. I'm like, oh, fuck no. Oh, no.
Beep, beep.
No way. Hell no. And everybody starts running down the hallway, dude. And I'm like, oh, Roz, no. No way. And they're running, and everybody's running, and everybody's like, let's go right now, let's go. And I'm like, no. And so everybody's running down, and we get down, running down the stairs, and the hallway's going, and everybody's coming out of their dorms. And that stupid siren's still going on. That woo, woo, the old school one. And so I'm like dying. I'm like, all right. I ain't got no weapons. What am I going to use? What's going on? The zombies are coming. I knew it. All right. We're all right. It was a fire drill, y'all.
Oh.
It was a fire drill.
Oh.
I had a dream about zombies. I woke up and the power went out. And I had that alarm going, and it was a fire drill.
Oh, no.
I about crapped myself, dude. That is the closest to zombies I have ever been that I ever want to get.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, imagine that. You'd be scared. I know you'd be scared. It was legit terrifying. But everybody wanted to hear about my zombie story, so that's my zombie story.
Wow.
It's it's amazing how things in real life seep into our dreams and then wake us up.
Rudely.
Yes, rudely often. So yeah, zombies.
Well, and that was the whole thing, though, is that like I didn't know about the drill. I didn't. It wasn't going on while I was asleep. I had the dream. I woke up. I started getting dressed, and then the power went out.
Awesome.
So yeah, okay, all right. I'm gonna let you guys go though, because if I talk anymore, I'll embarrass myself. And
You're fine,
I'll
Julia. You've
call
called
y'all
it. You've
later.
called in
Okay,
before.
I will talk to you later.
Stop it.
It's all good.
All right.
Bye. Fun zombies.
Hey.
Scary zombies. I
Bye.
know not to get you an alarm for Christmas. All right, we'll talk to you later. All right, so
Hi, Dee. So rocks. You were getting ready to talk about rocks
rocks. So yeah, so
because you were going to throw one at me.
yeah, I thought about it. So I figured first off, let's talk about rocks
Why
that
did I put up with this? Anyhow.
because I make biscuits and gravy
Oh.
for anxiety, because all this stuff is causing anxiety, right, and stress. And so what's good for that? Well, Amazonite, which is generally pretty good. It's looks a little bit like turquoise. It's just a calming crystal that just soothes the spirit, and just is a soothing, I don't know, just soothing. If you can wear it as a necklace or a ring or something like that, do so. Or I put stuff in my bra all the time because it makes
Keep
a
it
good
close to the
pocket.
heart.
Yeah, right?
I wish I had my quartz and my tourmaline.
Yeah, I know. But anyways, it just, Amazonite generally promotes harmony and balance by reducing feelings of aggression, feelings of fear, and worry and anger. And so it's a really good in a social setting. So if you do have to go to Walmart, because one, it reduces your fear of being judged by others, and it just helps you gain control of your emotions. Black jasper is another one for anxiety and such. And anxiety, stress and anxiety, it brings emotional and physical stability because it removes negative energy from the body and the environment. So it's just very grounding and helps you, just become more centered within yourself. Lepidolite, it's also known as the peace stone, of course. It's one of the best crystals for peace. That's why it's called the peace stone. But it just improves your mood and it calms you and it soothes you and it reduces your anxiety and helps you find your inner happiness. And it actually contains lithium, which is found in a lot of anxiety medication. So if you are on medications, make sure you're not sweating too much into your skin.
What is that again?
Lepidolite, Lepidolite.
Okay.
And but it's a really good crystal to have with you for mental health.
Wood Wizard said Amazonite.
Yeah, Amazonite. Yes, Amazonite. Very calming crystal that soothes the spirit. And Wood Wizard knows his stones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good point.
he
knows. He knows.
In
what's
a
out
previous life, I do believe he was a geologist. So, yes, he's got a few stones around the house. Sodalite is a really good one. It's good for peace and turns fear and stress into peaceful feelings. It's also known as the stone of intuition or logic.
What is that again?
Sodalite.
Sodalite. Okay.
I have one. It's kind of blue. It's cute. I like it.
What happens if I eat one?
It'll travel through your system and poop it out, and you would have to fish it out of the toilet
how
if
long
you
would that take?
I don't know.
Because I could use all the good luck I can get. So that sounds like good luck.
It would last longer if you just put it in your pocket.
Yeah, but I lose things. That's why I put things on, necklaces that I don't seem to have.
I have super glue. Do you need some help? We'll glue it right.
Give me my third eye.
Yeah, something like that. So those are good for fear now, or for anxiety. Excuse me. For fear, often the red crystals like jasper. Andrea, I have no idea. Dawn is crazy. Ruthie. So
Ruthie knows this.
let's see. Where did my
Sodalite. What was after sodalite?
I was going to move on to a different category because
Oh.
I'm trying to pay attention to time. Because hey, I am paying attention. And my shortcut turned into a commercial. I hate that.
At least you're not broadcasting it.
What? Broadcasting what?
The commercial.
Oh, I know, right? So, yeah, hold on. Stone. This what's I just.
What about spiced orange ginger beer?
I'm sure that would make you feel really good.
So it'll work. Great.
Sure. You might want to sage yourself first. I don't know. Agate. Here we go. Stones for fear specifically. As I search through I've heard apricot beer is good. I don't know. Agate is often overlooked because it's a very common stone and rock or stone, but it's very calming and can often have a very immediate soothing effect upon the soul. So if it's blue, white, green, and rose agates are all different varieties. And whichever one you're choosing is going to have a slightly different impact to you. So a blue lace agate, for example, generally promotes peace and tranquility. This is one that I have on me pretty much all the time.
I'm sorry, what was that again?
Blue lace agate.
Oh, okay, yes. I didn't know you had any, but cool.
And then white agate stones often are often colored so they can be used as pendants and stuff. So just do your research. But agate is just really good for you. And if you get a bracelet or a necklace that's got all sorts of different agate stones in there, it's good. Amazonite, again, we're coming up with it in another way, is generally green. Is associated with his throat chakra, actually, and your thyroid. And it helps to reduce worries and fears and release anger. So stuff that is just building up in you. Amethyst is a very good stone. It's good for a lot of different things. It's very good for meditation and helped out of the way.
Maybe I need to grab, because my amethyst, that dragon tooth you gave me,
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't know where it is. I have to find it.
You're fired.
Thank you. Wait a minute, this is my studio. I'm the producer here.
Aquamarine is a good one. It's very soothing and is generally like being at the seashore, and that same restful feeling you get from hearing waves gently lap against the shore. Same kind of thing. So it can often
so it kind of like imbues.
Yeah,
those...
just soothes you. Emerald actually is often associated with soothing and helping with the fear. It's very restful. Often you can find emerald in old costume jewelry, and it doesn't have to be fancy, just you need it to help that connection. Jade, either green or lavender jade, can help with your mood swings and your anger and your fear. So just, let's see, rose quartz. I cannot forget the rose quartz because it's important. It's very much a calming and loving stone. It helps your balance and reduce that just frustration and anxiety, and helps balance you out and just helps you find your own inner harmony. Smoky quartz can also relieve stress and anxiety, especially if you have an ADD mind. So I know that I do have a smoky quartz, and there are times when I just have to, shove it in my ear so I don't lose it, because by golly, my mind just won't shut off. It's frustrating. Tiger's eye is generally not considered a calming stone. However, it can ease your tension so that you're not tight, your muscles aren't tight, you're not tense all over the place and everything. So that makes it easier for you to manage fear and anxiety. And then one more for this one, turquoise. It helps induce calmness and is often available in jewelry. I mean, everybody, you can see turquoise jewelry everywhere. It can help with your mood swings, reduce your panic attacks even. And if you do lose your bananas all over the place and have a nervous breakdown, often it can help you ground out and start to rebuild.
Hold on to those bananas, fellas.
I don't want to know how you're holding on to your banana. Okay.
I'm good.
So yeah, those just real quick. Now, healing, if you do get sick, now real quick, just really, really quick. Stones are good for you. All this stuff is good for you. Holistic approach to medicine is important. That means that if you are sick and the stuff you're doing at home doesn't seem to be really working, go to the doctor. I am not a medical person.
Yes.
I am not an MD.
Yes.
If I say, hey, this stone is good for your blood pressure, that doesn't mean stop taking your medication.
Right. Well, see, what people need to remember is that they are responsible for their own health. Now, with what you just said, these kind of things depend on your belief and how you perceive them, not how somebody else says they should work. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, your own beliefs are a big deal. I mean, some of it, yes, it doesn't really matter. It'll help a little bit, but you occasionally do really need to go to the doctor. Now, do you need to go to the doctor as often as they say you do? That's between you and your own beliefs and such.
Right.
But if you're sick and it's not working at home, go to the doctor.
Yeah.
I mean, there are things you can do to heal yourself, yes. But some things do need medical care.
Some things do need more help.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, because even in the Norse age and the Viking age and even in the 1800s, the 16, 17, 1800s, before we really started getting the medical stuff, people still died.
Yes, they still did. Well, even with the stones and gems and stuff, to help boost you, they still went to the hedge doctor or witch doctor or the hedge witch, a tincture or whatever.
Went to the head doctor and I asked him what to do.
I have no idea what you're talking about. So yeah, I mean, there are things you can do holistically and medically to approach your health, and I think a combination of both is really the right way to go. So, for healing, if you do get sick, guess what? Amethyst is at the top of the list. It's really good for you.
Like I said, I better find my amethyst.
Mm-hmm. It helps with your headaches and hangovers if you have too much ginger beer.
Preparation H helps with headaches too. You rub it on your roommates and they go away.
You're weird. Rose quartz comes up again because, hey, you know what? It helps attract love to yourself, so it helps you love yourself, which is important, people. It's really hard to love someone else if you don't love you.
True.
But it just raises your confidence and helps heal you.
Excellent.
Iron pyrite deters negativity and strengthens your willpower and promotes your positive thinking. So if you are just feeling down and negative and stuff, I would suggest some iron pyrite because it really does. It helps boost your self-worth.
Wow.
And just really promotes that positive thinking.
That's interesting because they call that fool's gold, don't they?
Well, it just not all things that glitter are gold there, Don. So
not all things that are gold glitter either.
Truth. And it just is sparkly, and people just jump to conclusions, I guess. Tiger eye creates awareness, minimizes stress, enhances your confidence.
Wow.
Those are all good things for you, and it'll help you find that inner healing that you need. I can't talk suddenly. Blah, blah. Let's see. Hematite, I'll do a couple more here, and then I got one more thing. Hematite helps to de-stress. So, if you do have to go out in public and you're around a crowd of people, this is something you're probably going to want because it can clear those negative feelings.
Right.
Reduce your anxiety anxiety and it clears negative feelings and really helps counteract confusion, because if you're in a crowd and you're overwhelmed, often you're confused and that feeds into your anxiety.
Now you said hematite, right?
Yep.
Well,
Hematite.
hematite is also good for inflammations,
Mhm.
certain aches and pains in the body. So that would be a double up. You know, it'd be like a 2-for-1.
Yep. It's really good for you. Yep. And it helps your memory too, by the way. Citrine is really, I like citrine. It's just orange. It is hematite. There, I spelled it. So citrine symbolizes warmth and gives you an optimistic energy. And it helps purge toxins and can help as a protective shield. I'll get there in a minute, Ethan.
Yes.
Quartz. So quartz, just clear quartz. Good old-fashioned quartz. It's
Gives
really
you the power to reject.
It's a simple stone that has a
Huge amount of
huge
uses.
amount of benefit to you. Just real quick, it promotes awareness, stimulates both your brain and your immune system, and it supports other healing crystals. So kind of gives it that little extra nudge.
And if you have any oh, what do I have in mine? Boop boop. My quartz with.
I don't know.
Yes, you do. Anyhow, the black shoots through it.
Yeah.
Tourmaline.
Tourmaline?
Tourmaline.
That's what it's like. So turquoise is good to induce calmness
There you go.
and stabilize mood swings and reduce panic attacks, and helps if you are just, you kind of have a breakdown once in a while. So it's very grounding. It's a good stone. Pretty too. So the next thing I want to talk about real quick, because I think it's important, sage. Did you know that they have actually done studies on burning sage and how good it is for you?
And your environment, like in your house.
Absolutely. And they're seeing that it help with infectious bacteria, viruses, and fungi, depending on how you pronounce it. So they're very antimicrobial. So saging your space is a good thing.
Right.
And you want to make sure you're doing it right. So Google it or talk to your local spiritual leader, because I think you should do that.
Ask Naysay.
And Naysay is really good at this. But so yeah. So white prairie sage is both antimicrobial and antibacterial, and white sage is also just antimicrobial. Antimicrobial. Both are anti-bugs. So
What about cedar?
Because
you made cedar smudge.
I did. Benefits. I can't spell.
CEDARSMUDGE.
So cedar. Let's see. Unless Naysay pops up and says something. So cedar is considered a medicine of protection.
Oh.
So
good call, Don.
Yeah, so it's often used for cleansing a home or apartment for moving in, to invite unwanted spirits to leave and protect a person. Let's see, Palo Santo is something that's just been asked.
That's interesting because Naysay, we were talking to Naysay one night about protecting ourselves from things like, spirits and things, bad spirits. And he said hang a cedar bough above your entryways to repel those negative spirits. So that's interesting that you said that, yeah.
Yeah, and now Palo Santo is another one that was asked about. And let's see. Hold on, I'll get there. So
hurry, you're almost done.
I know, I am done. Oh gosh, hold on, YouTube world. I'll be right back.
Oh, I guess we're going overtime.
Overtime. All right. For TFR, Merry Meet, Merry Part, and Merry Meet again. And we'll see you tomorrow
Stay
night.
tuned on YouTube.
Yep.
As we will, so mote it be, the spell forever does.
We're live again? Oh, we're live again.
Yeah, we're live again.
We're back on
Hey.
YouTube.
So yeah, we're back on YouTube. Yes, overtime. So it doesn't. Okay, just so you guys know, I have spoken to the powers that be, and have suggested that maybe a 2-hour show on
my
Friday
God,
would be
I
a good idea.
Oh God, that'd be such a drag. 3 hours.
No, it wouldn't
4
be.
hours.
Hey,
No, it'd be awesome, but I
you
don't.
can go to sleep in that
Just
chair right there.
feel
I
it.
don't care. No, Cam, we're not doing 2-hour shows all the time. We're just I didn't want to just stop because Sage is one of those really important things, and I didn't want to just gloss over it because it's good. It not only clears, the bacteria and the microbials and such, it also helps with your pet dander, pollution, dust, and mold. It kind of binds all of those
Together. And
yeah,
drops
all
them to
those
the floor, and then you
molecules.
sweep them out with your besom.
or your vacuum. It
Yeah.
is the modern age,
Well, that's not as fun. It's not a vacuum.
So,
Vacuum. Besom.
yeah, sure.
Vacuum.
If you can find a vacuum branded Besom, that would be awesome.
I'd like to find a flying vacuum. That'd be kind of cool. Except you'd have to be like plugged in or have it on like a lithium battery or something.
They have battery operated vacuums.
Well, that's true. Can they lift my big butt off the ground?
I don't know.
I don't either.
So I wasn't going to talk about, smudging type stuff.
But it's a value. It's very valuable to this conversation.
Yeah.
And can I jump in
Because
real quick?
it's not smudging, it's smoking.
Can I? Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. But Jody asked, how do you keep sage burning? Well, what you can do is you can buy charcoal discs. And what you would do is you would get a bowl, put sand in it, and you would put the charcoal disc in there and light the charcoal disc. It's like smoking a hookah. But then you put the sage on top of that, and as long as that charcoal disc keeps burning, keeps smoldering, you just put more on as you need it. Most of them will burn half an hour, and then you can put it in the farthest corner of your house, and then you smudge the smoke into the rest of the house. Always make sure you leave a window open in your last room that you smudge, so whatever that is that you're chasing out has a way to get the hell out. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, we're not on TFR, so you can say get the hell out if you want. But so depending on your container that you have your little charcoal in, yes, you can actually take it with you. You don't have to leave it in the corner of your room. It's just like an incense burner, basically.
Yeah. And you can carry it around with you too. I mean,
Yeah.
a brass bowl, sand, and the burning charcoal disc.
Mm-hmm. Now, I do have a sage. They call it a smudge stick, but it's bound sage. And I do...
with a blowtorch. That's how you light it. Yes, Wood Wizard. Stuff doesn't start very easily.
Sometimes it doesn't. I often will light a candle, and I will hold my sage in the candle until it starts getting some coals on it. Then I blow on it, and if I'm using it for a ceremony, basically, or just hanging out and doing my thing, and I'm not doing a room or a house or something like that, then I'm not too worried about it. It goes out, it goes out.
Right.
However, if necessary, I will keep it going by just putting it back in the candle.
Well, now
so-
remember also it's important to have ventilation because it will
Yes.
kill you.
Well-
It's still smoke. It will create that carbon dioxides, and you will die
Mhm.
if you inhale too much sage smoke.
Yeah, because it
Don't be
is.
dumb is the point.
It is smoke. So yeah, it's they're just really showing a lot of benefits for cleansing your space.
Yes.
And so even though I mean, there are all sorts of things here. I'm looking at this list by healthline.com, by the way. It's an article. It's a spiritual tool, help dispel negative energy, cleanse or empower specific objects, which we know, improve your mood, soothe stress, improve the quality of your sleep, because you're smoked out, boost cognition, and it boosts your energy levels, and it's uplifting. It has an uplifting fragrance.
Can I interrupt again?
Yeah.
Like I usually do. Naysay says, and he would know,
Yes.
depending on the type of sage, you can grab some of the leaves and roll them between your hands into a ball, not too tight, the size of a marble. Then light it and put it in your smudge bowl. That'll help it. Yeah, that'll help it burn because you've tightened it up. You've reduced the amount of air that's trapped inside or available to the ember, the burn, and it'll last longer as well. Yes.
Yes. Now, on that note, I think part of the reason why so many of the sage sticks that are bought, they are wrapped too tightly.
Too tight so they don't burn.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And I know this year on my garden that I'm putting in, I want to have plenty of sage in there because I'd rather do my own. Because doing the cedar was pretty slick and easy. I did those with black tree.
Right. Yeah.
And it wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. So, yeah, you can do it in the stick form or roll it into a ball. Yes.
Or you could just burn it.
Now, yeah, if you can get the little charcoal discs, which I have some, it was like $2 for a pack this long. They're about the size of a quarter.
Yes.
And I've got some just loose leaf sage that I'll probably put a little dish of some sort in some sand to keep because fire, to protect things. And then I'll use it probably during our next get together that we have here. So yeah. And and then the biggest thing on protecting yourself when it's flu season and all this, wash your damn hands.
Yes. God. The simple
Use
things.
soap.
People just forget about the simple things. I went to Walmart the other day. Walmart. Okay, so for those of you like Kiwis, like Nessie, who's listening, our Walmart is like this huge superstore, right? It's got everything in it. But, they are out of everything. Antibacterial soap, which is one of the biggest scams on the face of the earth. Hand sanitizer, children's medications, children's Tylenol, children's Motrin, and just simple things. Just clean your house. Just keep a general clean on your house. Wash your hands. Wash yourself. Don't touch things you shouldn't in the wrong times.
Yeah. So soap itself often has a fat component of some
Yes.
sort, and the lipids actually connect with the virus membrane,
Nice.
and they
Nice.
destroy the virus
She did her
membrane.
research.
Yeah, I looked it up. And so it destroys the virus. That's using soap. So it's really crazy. You go to the store and you see the bleach is gone, the antibacterial blah 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 is gone,
By dial.
and then you go to the soap aisle, and hey, guess what? There's soap, there's shampoo, there's
Yep.
body wash, there's
And so you're saying anything that's made with a natural fat,
yeah, just soap.
like, Fight Club style.
No, not Fight Club style, you weird sick person.
Why do I get accused of these things?
Because I was made out of human fat. That's why. I've seen that movie. Have you not seen that movie?
Of course I did, or else I
Are you
wouldn't.
going to go raid some biohazard dumpster to get some...
suction clinic?
You're just weird.
I thank you. Thieves oil, yes. Thieves oil.
Thieves
dude.
oil?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm really waiting to see people start walking around in plague masks.
Did you saw that meme that says coronavirus comes to the United States?
some of it, may have been the people's natural
Right.
immunity.
Right.
I mean, seriously, but at the same time, there's something to it. I mean, they actually did some research, and yeah, it's a real thing. So, anyways, yeah, it's soap, by golly, not bleach, not alcohol, not peroxide, not hand sanitizer, soap, and they say 20 seconds.
Yes.
I mean, it's not like
row, row, your boat gently down the stream.
I say the
Row,
alphabet,
row,
whatever
row,
it is. So,
Happy birthday to you, Jody. Happy birthday to you, Jody.
yeah,
Same thing.
yeah, whatever song or thing that it is that'll take 20 seconds to sing or mutter to yourself. Okay, I don't know what you're doing.
Thinking of Nicki Minaj. Anyhow.
My drink is not strong enough.
Anyhow, so yeah.
Anyhow, so
We're no longer on TFR. We're not time constrained.
Well,
Sorry.
yeah, no time constraint now.
You know, the thing about hand sanitizer that people don't think about is that hand sanitizer is actually not good for you. And the reason is because you're absorbing everything else in there,
Mhm.
all the chemicals that are in there, in through your skin. And a lot of people literally just slather this stuff on themselves. And what you have to remember is the active ingredient in hand sanitizer is isopropyl alcohol, commonly called rubbing alcohol. All you got to do is buy a 50% solution, which you can get at any Dollar Tree for $1, and just you can add that to your hand lotion. You can add that to whatever.
Yeah. Marilena, no, not Marilena. Dee says she makes her own. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because it's not good for you.
it's not.
It will hurt you. I worked
You can put it right
in
next to
a
your moon water.
I worked in a surgery suite because anyways, and the amount of cleaning that we had to do in surgery was insane. Scrub your hands, and they had a timer. You had
Yeah,
the
you had to. Yes,
you start, you do this, and all this, and then you
right.
hit the timer, you do this and all this, and
Even when my first son was born, I had to stand there before I could go in because he was born C-section.
Mhm.
I had to scrub, and they literally had like a readout. It's like scrub for 15 seconds. Of course, it said like 30 seconds, but you got to scrub your fingernails, your cuticles. You got to scrub under your fingernails. You got to scrub between your. Literally, they timed you,
Mhm.
and that is what you should do.
yes, to make sure you're clean. But yeah, soap, good old fashioned
Soap.
soap.
Just soap.
Soap.
Antibacterial soap is
Um,
a scam.
Yeah. So yeah,
And if you pay
it's,
more for it, you're being foolish.
it's like buying dehydrated water. Just add
my
water. Soap.
What is it? Dihydrochloride? Dihydra. I'll have to remember. Never mind.
Okay.
Wood Wizard will know.
Yeah,
I'm
you
sure he
would.
does.
Yes, he would know because I can't think of it now. So yeah. Anyways, I don't know what else. Cleaning. You just be clean yourself.
Yeah, it's simple.
Don't breathe on people. That
don't,
3 foot.
Don't let people breathe on you.
Right. That 3 foot rule. Really, it's just fingertip to fingertip. Stick your arm out.
Yeah, I read somewhere that it's if you cover your cough,
Mhm.
Coronavirus. Oh my.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's dihydrous oxide or something like that. So yeah, it's soap. Lost my mind. Minnie Paisley. Yeah. I was reading on YouTube the other day, Jody, that there's a teacher to teach the kids, how long they needed to clean their hands. She would take a stamp and she'd stamp their hand every morning when they came in, and then if that stamp was gone by the end of the day, they got a prize. And now, one would assume it wasn't just one simple scrub. It was scrub for a while. Anyways, yeah, it was, it's just a really good way to teach the littles how to, how long to wash their hands or how important it is, the value of it, get in the habit of it. Wear clean clothes. It's pretty basic. Don't go into crowded places. And you know what? I think really truly that our society is going to change as a result of this particular pandemic. In part because of the panic and the fear, and in part because there are actually going to be people really truly sick. And I don't know. I think the next couple weeks are going to be very interesting here in the U.S. So, looks like y'all are just having a good old time on chat. So thank you for joining tonight. I'm going to go to sleep now, I think, because it is late in my world. It's 10:15. Holy cow. So you guys got a little bit of bonus material, but mostly, and just be safe, you guys. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. I like talking to you guys every week, and it's fun. And so be well. Wash your hands. And I don't know, we'll talk about something a little more positive tomorrow night. Actually, we shall. And yes, if there are local events happening, make sure you do call and make sure that they are being, still going on. Because as, staffing changes, they're going to close down different spaces that were open, And so, yeah, just be safe. Take care of yourselves. Use caution where you need it and be bold where you should be. That's just pretty straight up. So, yeah, that's it for tonight. My brain's going to sleep. So, merry meet and merry part and merry meet again, you guys. Thank you for joining. And I guess I will see you on the flip side tomorrow. So, have a good night, all.